Naruto really were an unlucky kid who achieved everything through pure effort. Why was he born with advantages no one else had? Why did the ninja world always adapt to his mistakes? And why does the ending confirm that he was chosen from the very beginning? Today I am going to prove that Naruto was never this pure symbol of overcoming adversity that the anime tried to sell. He was always privileged. From birth to the final episode. And this might be Naruto's biggest contradiction. From the very first episode, the story builds the image of a rejected, lonely kid with no talent and a future doomed to failure. But that narrative starts falling apart when you look at the facts carefully. Because Naruto is not just any orphan. He is the son of the fourth Hokage, the most respected ninja of his generation. The man who saved the village and became a legend. And that alone already puts Naruto in a completely different position than any other academy student. On top of that, Naruto belongs to the Uzumaki clan, a clan known across the world for its abnormal vitality, extreme resilience, and massive chakra reserves. While other ninjas had to train to exhaustion just to slightly increase their abilities, Naruto was born with a body designed to handle extreme power, something the story rarely treats as privilege, but in practice always was. And then comes the most ignored point by fans, Kurama. The anime insists on portraying the Nine Tails only as a burden, as emotional weight. But in reality it was always the biggest buff in Naruto's story. Since childhood Naruto had access to an absurd amount of chakra that saved his life countless times, corrected mistakes, compensated for lack of technique, and allowed him to survive situations that would kill any other character at the same level. While characters like Rock Lee had to literally destroy their own bodies to keep up, Naruto could fail, insist, fall, and get back up endlessly, not because of technical mastery, but because he had an infinite energy source inside him. And this is not a narrative opinion, it is a fact. Naruto does not lose the way others lose, because the world does not demand the same price from him. Another point that completely destroys the idea of abandonment is the constant protection Naruto always had. The third Hokage personally watched over him, guaranteeing housing, food, and safety. Kakashi, one of the most talented ninjas in the village, became his mentor, and later Naruto was trained directly by Jiraiya, one of the three legendary Sannin, while dozens of other promising ninjas were forgotten, discarded, or killed by the system without any chance to grow. Naruto was never truly alone. He always had powerful mentors, loyal allies, and authority figures willing to excuse his mistakes. When Naruto fails, the village understands. When others fail, the system punishes. And this becomes very clear during moments like the Chunin exams, where Naruto enters clearly unprepared, wins fights through sheer endurance, and still receives special attention from the most important figures in the ninja world. As the story goes on, this imbalance only grows, because Naruto does not just receive special training, he starts receiving favors from fate itself. Kurama's power evolves, new forms appear, new abilities awaken exactly when he needs them, while other characters are left to deal with permanent losses, real limitations, and irreversible consequences. The story tries to defend the idea of individual effort, but that message completely collapses when it is revealed that Naruto is the reincarnation of Asura, the son of the Sage of Six Paths. At that moment it becomes clear that Naruto was not just advantaged, he was destined for the top, and this becomes even more ironic when we remember that characters like Neji, who believed in destiny, were mocked by the narrative itself. Naruto claims that you can change your fate, but it chooses a protagonist who was born with the most favorable fate possible. While characters like Nagato, Itachi, and Sasuke were crushed by the system, politically used, and discarded when they were no longer useful, Naruto always received second chances, forgiveness, and guaranteed redemption. And here comes a comparison that many fans hate. Sasuke suffered more than Naruto. He lost his family in a genocide approved by the village, was manipulated from childhood, lived surrounded by lies, and carried a hatred Naruto never had to carry alone. Yet the anime insists on portraying Naruto as the ultimate symbol of suffering, even though he always had support, protection, and a future that was never truly at risk. The speech about breaking the cycle of hatred sounds inspiring, but Naruto can only maintain that ideal because he was never pushed to the same extreme limits others were. He never had to choose between losing everything or being destroyed by the system, because the system was always willing to bend for him, not the other way around. This does not mean Naruto is a bad character. He is charismatic, inspiring, and iconic, but the message of the story becomes questionable when it tries to sell his journey as a common underdog story, when in reality it was always a story of inheritance, destiny, and privileges stacked since birth. Naruto does not prove that effort defeats talent. He proves that when talent, lineage, overwhelming power, legendary mentors, and destiny come together, success becomes almost inevitable. And maybe that is why this truth bothers so many people, because it breaks one of the anime's most comforting illusions. In the end, Naruto was never an unlucky kid who won through sheer effort. He was a privileged character who had to learn how to control what was always his. And admitting that does not diminish him, it only reveals that the ninja world was never fair, not even in the story that claimed to be about fairness. Now I want to know what you think. Did Naruto really achieve everything through effort, or was he always privileged from the very first episode? Leave your comment because this debate never ends. And if you enjoy learning about these hidden stories from the world of anime, follow the Shonen channel for more videos like this. Here we explore the hidden side of the anime that shaped generations.